overtime, bonuses. Usually this time of year, we see hiring spikes. We have seasonal jobs, extra hiring for the holidays, overtime, bonuses, but this year that's not happening. Instead, we're seeing companies from retail to government to tech downsizing. They're doing lots of layoffs before the end of the year. And if you think that this is going to change after New Year's, think again.
Can we talk about how inhumane corporate timing is? Because they decide to drop the biggest announcement of the year right in December. We are restructuring. We are shifting into AI. And so all of these employees are now going into December, the time that they're supposed to take to relax, to spend time with family, to find the little joy of the end of the year, now is stressed because they may not have a job coming into the new year. I just think it's cruel. It is inhumane to do that.
Well,
why do we do it? For these moments, to reflect on what truly matters, to cherish simple moments.
Well, it looks like today we're all getting laid off. Today's Friday, 10/24/25, guys. This is our last day here at work. We're getting laid off. It sucks. We're working. We came in early today. We did get a severance and all that good stuff. But yeah, one more job. So now it's back to looking for another job. I like this job, man. It was chill. One of my guys. Yeah, it freaking sucks. So, man, guys, if you want to help me out, like, follow, share, comment. Shit sucks. But, hey, man, on to new adventures. I don't know. I gotta start looking for another job now. This shit sucks, man.
Today, I was laid off at Amazon. I am one of the 14,000 employees impacted. I was a senior social media manager in Amazon ads, and earlier this month, I actually celebrated my 1-year anniversary, or Imiversary, as they like to call it. And it was the closest I've ever come to a dream role. I was working social media marketing and tech, something I would have dreamed about and wished for in college. I was flown out to work my first can line in the south of France, of all places. I interviewed celebrities on the red carpet, some that I had fangirled over since I was a little kid. But most importantly, I worked at a globally recognizable company that I knew made my immigrant parents proud. And even my grandma knew what Amazon was because of the packages we get on our doorstep. And fast forward to today, it also actually is exactly 1 week from my birthday. I guess my present from Amazon just came a little bit early. But that's all to say, I am feeling all the feels. I feel really grateful for sure that I got to live out a corporate dream for a year. But I guess that's the thing about dreams. They shift and transform. And I believe that my next dream is out there waiting for me.
So, what do you guys do when you're laid off? Like, I don't know why part of me feels like at peace, and then another part of me feels like I might crash out later. But I know it's like a common thing. Everyone deals with this, so it's like I'm not alone in this. So many other people in worse situations than me. So many people have families. But like, what do you do the next day? Like, what should I do? Like, what should I do this week?
I got laid off today from my corporate America job. You know, that thing that they say you should have to be able to be stable in life, have it all together, the white picket fence. Not that stable, turns out. That's why I look like this on a random Tuesday. Been crying all morning. It's fine. I'm just like, should I even be recording this video? I've not talked to all of I've called my parents. I've talked to a number of my friends, but not all of them. You know what this has taught me? Is that more so than ever, you gotta look out for you. You gotta look out for number one. And I just feel like ain't nobody I can count on better than myself, you know? So I think I'm gonna count on myself, and I'm gonna try something new.
I got laid off my corporate job. Yep. I've been working here 3 years, and, you know, things happen.
This is how I know it's bad, because they're now laying people off at my place of work. And the place I work, the services we provide are like necessary for society to function. And they're laying people off here. And especially the fact that they were going to, like, earlier in the year, they were talking about, like, selling, and there was big moves happening within the company, and they had all these hopes and, you know, aspirations and growth prospects. And now they're scaling back in major ways. Yeah. 10 months. It took them less than 10 months. But yet, they'll still say, oh, America's so great. Right. Right. Wait.
Listen, I'm not gonna.
Each Black Friday, the mountain stirs from its slumber, and the strongest among us set forth in pursuit.
Listen, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It is really crappy that companies lay people off, and it is really crappy how some companies treat the people that they just got laid off. When I was laid off in 2020, I was given several months notice and treated really well and treated with dignity. But nowadays, it's less and less common. It's more common for you to receive notice that you got laid off, have to pack your bags and be out the same day. And it's really, really crappy how companies treat employees who have dedicated a lot of time and energy to, and part of their lives to, their mission.
So I am being let go from my job effective December 31st of this year, and I have known since mid-September. So it's been roughly 2.5 months since the announcement came out that I'm going to be let go. And not just me, but thousands of people at my company are being reorganized out of the business, and it is what it is. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. They did offer me an internal job, and it was a demotion. And so I said no, because I would have to take a step down in title that I fought really hard to get, and a step down in pay, and then it would be an increase in work. So I said, no, thank you. And they're kind of shocked by that. But honestly, like, you got to know your worth. You got to know what you are worth. And I know without a doubt that there is a job out there that will either pay me the same as what I'm making or more. And that company will appreciate me more than what I feel like my current company is. So just a daily reminder to remember your worth.
Well, I just found out that I'm losing my job at the end of the month. I'm getting laid off, and I could not be more happy. I have been praying and praying and praying for a new opportunity and a new job. This is not how I thought God was going to answer this prayer, but if you have been in a situation like this where you're getting laid off, you have been laid off, if you're dealing with it right now, what are you doing to get through this process, through this season? I think next time I'm gonna be a little bit more specific how God answers that prayer. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I have been praying, like envisioning the day that I turn in my badge and I'm ready for my new assignment. So if you could be praying for me, if you have ideas for work or just whatever, like, just let me know.
So, I lost my job today, and it was another classic case of big tech and a massive layoff because of a shift in strategy. So, tale as old as time, and I wish I could even say it was my first, but, it's not. But it got me thinking about, with me being contract and my unemployment and bleeding of savings starts tomorrow. No severance or anything.
It is confirmed. My company just sent out an email that they're laying off a large group of people tomorrow morning. In case you're new here, I was laid off in March this year. It took me 6 months to find a new job. Got a new job 7 weeks ago, and now this new job has announced hundreds of layoffs. What am I supposed to do here? Is this like a last one in, first one out situation? Is it like get rid of all the like highest paid people? Is it like keep the new hires because they were hired under a secret pretense of like knowing that these layoffs would be coming, and so we like definitely want the new people? That's gotta be it, right? I'm not even eligible for my corporate benefits. That's how little time I've been at this new job. I'm not even eligible for PTO. I'm not eligible for medical benefits yet. I still have a week to go. You're telling me that I might get laid off before I even get a chance to sign up for that shit? Part of me is like, you can't control any of this, so just move forward, business as usual until it's not. And the other side of me is like, no, we care deeply about this and this will affect our life, and we need to dive deep into every possible scenario over the next 24 hours. It's also weird because like they told us that the people who will be impacted by layoffs will be notified tomorrow morning, but now we just have like a day of work, and I'm like, so we're all just gonna keep working today? I just feel like if you're gonna lay hundreds of people off, like, do it. Just do it. Just do it now. Okay, well, I guess I'll just like get to work, assuming that the shit I'm doing actually matters, because it might not.
So
my energy bill dropped from $150 to $50 by doing this. My friends laughed at me when I spent $49 on a power.
So I just got laid off from Amazon. I was one of the 14,000 people who got an email at like 4 a.m. saying that your role has been eliminated. So honestly, what am I feeling right now? I'm kind of numb. I'm kind of in shock of just how it was handled, because I literally had no idea. Like literally imagine just waking up one day, it's a regular Tuesday, you check your phone, see what time it is, and you see you got an email that your role is being eliminated. Genuinely, when I saw that on my phone, I thought it was spam, because I'm like, no way, like, what do you mean that it's an email? So I go on my work laptop, I find out I'm locked out of my laptop, and I check my email, I lost access to my laptop, I don't have badge access, I literally haven't heard anything from my manager, hear nothing from my coworkers, and it's just like you're just locked out. And it's so crazy because so I was there for only like a little over a year, but I have a coworker who was there, it was going to be his 13th anniversary being there for 13 years, and this is the way that we find out. And it's just kind of like, you like, oh, like it's just so crazy to me, because like you spend so much of your energy at your job, right? And for you to just find out in this way, it's like a very shitty feeling. I'm gonna be so honest. It's like, well, what was the point of me doing any of that? And like, as someone who has quote unquote done the right thing, like I'm a child of immigrants, so I had to, like, I chose the engineering route, but I studied engineering in college. I had 4 internships in undergrad. Two of them were in big tech. After graduating, I was at Microsoft, and now I'm at Amazon. And it's like, on top of that, never have gotten negative feedback for any of my performance reviews. And it's like, you can do everything right, but at the end of the day, your future is not in your hands when you work for someone. And it's like, it just blows my mind, because I feel like as a society, we, especially like when you're come from like a family of immigrants, like, you know, work hard to get a really good job, work in corporate, don't do anything risky. And it's like, you do that and you literally have no control if you get a bad manager. You have no control if what you're working on gets deprioritized, or, you know, the company decides to be more lean and make things less bureaucratic. Like, you have no control over that. And like, I feel like I just worked so hard to do the right things, and this was such a huge slap in the face of like, I always had an entrepreneurial spirit in me, and I've always wanted to do that, but like, this experience honestly like is screaming to me that it really, you will never feel safe or secure without you like doing something for yourself. But yeah, so crazy. I'm still processing it, to be honest. I'm just like it doesn't feel human the way that we found out. Like, I didn't even talk to my manager. None of that happened. Like, I literally thought it was gonna be a regular day. I wake up, I'm cut out of everything, and you're just kind of expected to carry on with your day. But yeah, so crazy. I also honestly think everything happens for a reason, and this is a blessing. And anyone who was affected, I think we're gonna be like so okay and so fine. But honestly, like, I think you just need to process what just happened.
Get all the perks with the PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month. Deal ends Friday, December 5th.
On CarParts.com, you get access to over 1 million quality parts.
Oh, that's my speed!
Yeah.
You know, this really is a time like none other. There are so many layoffs happening all the time. In fact, through October, roughly 1.1 million job cuts have been announced nationwide. That's a 65% increase in the same period in 2024, and it marks the highest number of layoffs we've seen since 2020. Industries that are being hit the hardest include technology, retail, warehousing, government services, and all of this touch a really large portion of everyday Americans, including hourly workers, retail staff, and people who usually count on seasonal boosts. This holiday season, many retailers and logistics companies are projected to hire far fewer seasonal workers than in past years. This means that even entry-level or temporary gigs, often considered a backup plan when main jobs vanish, might not even be there in big enough numbers. So people that are counting on holiday temps might see fewer opportunities because of what is taking place across the country. And for many households that are living paycheck to paycheck, this is going to be an additional blow for those that usually look forward to having some extra work alongside of their full-time employment. And right now, because of everything that's happening, 2026 is not looking any better. They're projecting for things to continue to be the way they are, and even maybe have increased layoffs, because right now we have companies that are restructuring, companies that are finding more ways to cut costs because of the economy. They're also looking more and more into AI automation, and all this affects workers. And when you see big companies like Amazon laying off so many workers right before the holidays, right before, I know Thanksgiving has just passed now, but this is not a time that typically these companies do major layoffs. So we need to really read between the lines and look at what's happening now at year end of 2025 and think about what this could mean for 2026. So all this to say, don't ever assume that it can't happen to you or someone you know. We need to be prepared for job loss, because it is happening around the country. And right now, when people are losing their jobs, it's harder to even find another one because there's so many layoffs going on and there is a lot more demand for the fewer jobs that are available. Use the time now that you have, especially if you're working, to prepare, stock up on extra things that you may need in the future, some extra food, get some extra water, any type of supplies that are of value to you. When you are able to provide for yourself and have the means to be able to get some extra things, don't waste that opportunity. Take the time to stock up a little bit on whatever it is that you can, because you don't know what could be around the corner. Even if right now you are unemployed and you're seeking employment, if there's anything that you can do to better hedge yourself against the future of what might be in 2026, now is the time to do it. If there's anywhere where you can tighten your budget, now's the time to do that. If there's a way to make a little bit of extra income, now's the time to explore that or get those things started. And just don't wait. Don't wait. I hope everybody is doing okay. Please leave any comments down below. If you're seeing this in your immediate circles, or maybe you've been recently laid off, share down below. Thank you for watching. Share any tips with the community, and I hope to catch you in the next video. Take care.
Our society and our planet face many ongoing challenges. Some will take decades to solve. And while the investment industry certainly can't solve these challenges by itself, the world can't solve